Welcome to Around the Kinky Campfire podcast. This is your host, the Cuddle Gigolo, aka El Comidon, aka Mango Boogies, but also known officially as HH Julius, your entertainment creative. I'm here with Miss Rue, our education guru, and our goal in this podcast is to destigmatize the taboo topics of kink, non-monogamy, and BDSM. We like to educate through awareness and with our experiences, and we are not certified professionals as of yet. So our non-judgmental topics, with a dash of facts, are to be taken mostly as entertainment and with, some slice of life anecdotal stories. Your opinions, lifestyles, and or way of thinking may not be in alignment with ours, but your opinion, lifestyle, way of thinking is also okay as well. And the fact that you have an opinion is valid. We're not here to change your minds. We are here just to provide a different point of view. Please join us every second and fourth Thursdays of every month, and our episodes are uploaded to all major platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, etc., etc. Please look forward to this coming episode, as we will start shortly, and make sure to especially pay attention to our ASR Minute, which will start very soon. Welcome to Around the Kinky Campfire. Grab a seat, pour a drink, and let's turn up the heat. This is the podcast where we explore the wild, wonderful, and sometimes wicked world of kink, BDSM, and alternative lifestyles. Whether you're a seasoned player, a curious newbie, or just here for the stories, we've got something for you. Join us on Thursdays on your favorite podcast platform as we share experiences, dive into deep discussions, and may even spark a little fire of your own. No shame, no judgment, just real talk around the kinky campfire. Let's get lit. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Around the Kinky Campfire with your host, officially HH Julius Marquise, or just Julius if you feel informal and less official. This is another episode coming back to you. I know I took a week break because I was performing some adult improv at an expo. And if anybody doesn't know what the words I'm saying at some point, feel free to message me and ask me, or, look it up. I'm going to be saying words that y'all may or may not know. But as y'all know, I'm an anime geek, and there's a specific genre of anime called ecchi. Think like adult softcore porn. Okay, these animes, mangas have this adult theme in them. And there was an expo this weekend here in Orlando. And I'm so happy to say that me and my adult improv team got to perform. I got to teach some panels, learn all the different things. And I got to be with my peoples that like the alternative forms of anime that I so enjoy. Redo a healer, Harem in the Dungeon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then please let me know, and I will do a whole episode about what ecchi is and the origins of it. And it's not quite hentai. So a lot of people know the word hentai. This is somewhere in between the regular anime and the hentai. Ecchi. That's where we are. Adult themes and tones in the animes and the mangas. You don't actually see the actual penetration like you would see in a hentai. So you don't see the tentacle. Tentacles are there. There's motions happening, but you don't actually see that. But you see boobies. Boobies are there. So that might happen in an ecchi, but not quite the whole entire kit and caboodle, as they say. But I was very excited to do that. I didn't know about it until a few weeks ago, so I'm glad I got accepted into that. I'm glad my whole team got to experience it. Not everybody on the team knows anime as in depth as I do, but they still had a great time performing in front of everybody and being able to say adult words like dick and balls and anal and all those different things. And it's like, oh, we got to do this on stage, and everybody loved it, and everybody was laughing, which was great as well. Before I get deeper into the episode, this is Around the Kinky Campfire, the alternative taboo podcast where we're trying to make it more accepted in the world. And it's not so much about the showmanship of it and the shock value. We're here to educate people, get people aware. So, don't want to take it all the way sexual all the time. It's not always just about the sex. It's about educating people on all these topics. The kink, the BDSM, the non-monogamy, all those different things, the queerness of it all. Yes, that's what it is. I, Julius, like to talk about these kind of things and educate people. And I got to do that this weekend on different topics, and I want to do more and more and more. And there's a bunch of Ecchi Expos around the country in Colorado and Texas. And this was the first year they've been in Orlando and Florida. And it was great. And I look forward to hopefully performing there every year from now on. I'll put it on my calendar. Such a great time. Hopefully do more, which I'll talk about. Future plans and all that kind of stuff. But right now, as y'all campsters know, there is an ASMR minute, 30 seconds, 5 seconds now. And right now, I'm drinking, not sponsored, Mio Smart Water in a bottle, so mixed in. Sometimes it's Crystal Light or some great value derivative of that. So, yeah, one of these things, and it's like a little mix because I had to, refill. So I put, a Crystal Light packet in here and went halfway down, refilled the water, put some Mio in there, or great value equivalent of that. But I'm drinking that now. And here we go with the ASMR 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. I don't think that was even 5 seconds. I wasn't making a whole lot of noise with that because it's out of a bottle, so I can't get any suction going as much. It's really terrible when you can't get a full suction on it and just get a good swallow. You got to get a good gulp. You don't want to spill anything on your chin or anything like that. Make it messy on your face is just terrible. You got to get all of that in there. So, back to the original topic. As y'all know, I can talk for a very long time, but if I'm by myself on these episodes, they're not as long, so hopefully not more than half an hour or so. But I want to quickly get into the Ecchi Expo. Let me start from the beginning. Okay. Well, kind of the beginning. I don't know how Ecchi Expo came about at the beginning parts. I did talk to the organizer, very cool person. Come to find out, he is in the lifestyle as well, the kink lifestyle specifically, and a big fan of anime. And I didn't get to talk to him as much as I wanted to, but I really wanted to know how he got into the anime in the first place, and some of the itchy gems that I'd like to talk about, he knew about, and I was like, oh, perfect. We are persons of a feather, so it's very good. I would have liked to talk more, and we'll see about the future because, like I said, I want to be at all the Ecchi Expos in Colorado and in Texas. Would love to perform there, teach there, the whole entire thing. So we'll see how that goes. But I found out about this through my local play area that we have here in the Central Florida area. And as y'all know, I've been going there for years. Sometimes I volunteer there. I'll plan on starting teaching more and plan on performing more with the improv, hopefully once a month. And we'll get that going next month. And we had let me put a pause on that. I'll tell you about this weekend later. But in the original beginning, I learned about it from the play space. And as soon as I learned about Ecchi Expo, because I knew what Ecchi meant, and I was like, what expo are you talking about? And it's coming to Central Florida? Okay, then, let me check this out. So as soon as I went to the website, and I found out there was more, and I was like, oh, wow, we're doing this here, and interesting. So it's ecchiexpo.org, and hopefully I will remember to put this in the notes so y'all can see, but it was amazing, and there was if you guys know about conventions, you can apply to be a panelist or a performer or a vendor, such and such there, and if you get accepted, then you get the schedule, and you find out what time you're doing your things, or times, if there's a window, and I applied, and I got accepted, and I was like, hey, do you guys need a performance on stage as well? And they said, yes, we do. So we performed on Saturday afternoon, and it was great. And very, 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 very excited to find out that the local play space that we go to is hosting it. And they had their own room the whole weekend. So I got to teach a panel in the main area and a panel in the Alt-Life area is what they called it, Alt-Life room. So that was interesting to see. Oh man, it was just so good, so very good, and to see all the different people there, and it was all adult stuff, and it was like, oh, interesting. Yeah, that's cool. And checking out the website when I was applying, I was like, oh, okay, those are things I know, and the cosplays and the dress up, a lot less, obviously cloth. And more skin being seen than I'm used to at anime conventions and expos. And I'm like, okay, yep, this is exactly where I need to be. This is great. This is amazing. So I was very happy that got accepted for those two things, the panels and the performance. And then it was the whole month of August flew by. And then that's why I didn't get a chance to record, because I was planning for the shows and teaching and all that kind of stuff for the expo. And boy, I'm still kind of recovering now. This is the day after the weekend, so a Monday that I'm recording this, and I just had to get it all out because I really wanted to talk about it last week, but I was just so nervous and anxious about the performances going well that I was really locked into that. Oh, it was just so great. It was a great time, and then seeing all the people with their cosplays on was on the website, and then actually seeing it in person was great. And we had a pre-party at the local play space, and it was interesting there as well, because had people that were not normally in that space be there, outside event people, and then they're also like anime fans as I am, ecchi fans like I am, and it's like, okay, cool. So nervous about the performance, I really couldn't interact with people, but it was so great just seeing all the people there and experiencing it and seeing the other performances that were there, and doing improv in front of people in an adult space. Usually it's more family friendly. If you guys don't know about improv, usually it's more family friendly. There aren't too many adult improv groups out there, and I'm glad to be one of those now. Officially, after this weekend, I've performed in front of people. I think officially I can say, goodbye, imposter syndrome. I am here to say Julius is officially a host of an adult improv group. So I'm here now. I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm not going anywhere. Tried to make that rhyme. Don't know if it worked. Let me know. Hit me up on the Instagram and email me at the Yahoos. Anyways, fast forward from being accepted to the actual weekend. Yes, we were there at the pre-party for the event, and we were the first to go up. So it wasn't much of a delay from the beginning, the official start. There was like a little speech, and then we went up there, and it was pretty cool to experience all that. So it was a mix. So that show specifically was more tailored to the regular crowd that goes to that to the play space. So this was I had to mix in the anime bits into it and try to get everybody on board with that. So mixing those two together, and then everybody else doing improv, adult improv, which was like kind of interesting. So there was a lot of dick and ball jokes, which was great because we have been wanting to say that kind of stuff. When you finally get to say it, and then you get a little laugh from everybody, was pretty entertaining. So that was great. And then Friday, the day after, we did another practice for the show. And then the show came. Whoa, actually, during Friday, I got to actually check out the expo, which was great. So it was in the same hotel that we had Smut Lovers. I've talked about in multiple episodes before, and it was in the same place. So it kind of feels like that hotel is probably going to be our area because the play space is planning on doing a convention there as well. Totally be great. Just be used to that. I love the area that it's in, and the accessibility is to get there. But Friday was get to check everybody out. It was definitely it was not even a shock for me. It was like, finally, because the front area was like curtained off from everybody, so you can't see it from outside, adult stuff. And there's an ID check and actually an orientation video, which I will applaud. Don't see that very much at conventions. I feel like at any convention where there's any kind of touching that is not consensual involved, every place should have an orientation video, because that video applies to all the different conventions from all the stories I hear. I mean, I get Googled eyes. I haven't been touched yet at a convention anyway. But I know it happens at everywhere. At every place you have an orientation, you should be approved to watch before you can even go in. Stop touching people that don't approve of it. Just because they have their jiggly bits out does not mean you can touch it, okay? Don't be even creepy staring. I mean, can't really control that because, you see some bits out there that look pretty good, and it's like, oh, that's from an anime I like. I didn't think about it in that way. I mean, I kind of did, but then seeing it in real life is like, ooh, now, yeah. Very good, and it was, yeah, so, but doesn't mean you can touch it without consent, okay? So there was that. I mean, there's some consensual touching, too, and pictures being taken, and I was like, that's interesting. You just using a flogger in the middle of a convention hall, and you're dressed up as an anime character. Didn't think I would see that in my lifetime. Yeah, I can confidently say I did not expect to see that in my lifetime. But it happened this last weekend, and I'm very proud of it. Very proud of it. Very, very happy about it. I don't know why I would be proud of it. I didn't have anything to do with setting up the convention or was part of that scene. But it was just cool to see, like, oh, okay. This is what we're doing in the convention hall. I like it. This is great. So I got to wear some cosplays that I wouldn't necessarily wear if there was underage 18 people. So I got to walk around with that, and that was pretty great. And let's see, the Friday, that was it. And then we practiced for the show. Very interesting to see. Just, man, only regret I have is wish I would have interacted more, but I was just so anxious and everything, peopling for the first time. But we take notes for the future. We make mistakes here. You know what? I did it. Applied, got the thing together, and we accomplished the thing. I can say that now in the future. Finally did it, so I'm just going to congratulate myself. I won't ruminate anymore, at least now, anyways. So we practiced on Friday. Back to my story. Practiced on Friday. Saturday, got there, walked around a little bit just to get used to the whole entire space. Did a little sound check before the show. Still having a little bit of issues with that, but it's totally fine. Not a big deal as far as that's concerned. But we got more. We got a pretty decent crowd of people. I'm pretty sure there was like 20 or 30 people in there, and they stayed. Most people stayed for the whole entire time. So I understand if you end up leaving, you don't really know what's going on, or the scenes might just not be for you. But it was totally fine. Also, my preference for improv is to not be on a higher stage away from the people. I prefer the more interactive type of improv where you're like in the crowd and everything. That's why I prefer hosting more so than anything. And not everybody feels that way. Just a general note about improv: not everybody feels that way, and that's totally fine as well. But I like that. So it was interesting because it was a convention space, so the main stage was a little bit farther away as far as that's concerned. But we got it done. Everybody had a good time, got some good applause and reaction from everybody after the show was over. And then after that, later on in the night, I had to do my first panel about anime genres, which was great. And I threw some improv in there and had people playing as well, so that was pretty cool. And making notes for the future about different panels I'd like to teach as far as that's concerned. And that was pretty much it. I was so tired by then, but I had to get up the next day in the afternoon and teach my relationship anarchy panel. And of course, as you know, Julius loves to talk about relationship anarchy. If you've been if you've been listening to any of these episodes, you know Julius likes him some relationship anarchy and primal play. Primal lifestyle, all those different things under the primal banner. And I like to talk about it. So I was glad to finally get to talk about it with people in front of other people, and some people that did not know about it or had some experience with it. They got to interact in an improvised way. Wasn't technically improv, but it was a way for people to practice the conversations and having those uncomfortable moments with their partners or somebody that doesn't know anything about it. We even talked about like family knowing about that kind of stuff. Also asked the question, is like, does your family know what kind of convention expo that you're at right now? And that was pretty a funny interaction with that whole entire thing. So that was pretty much my overview of the Ecchi Expo experience right now. Yeah, it was just it was great. And then so transition. I got to talk to the other organizers from Fathom Events. They're the ones that threw the whole entire expo in the first place. So talking with those people and how excited they are for alternative lifestyle events like this one was great. And finding out some people were in the actual lifestyle, and then the ones that were fandom. I said Fathom. Fandom events. I can say words right. Fandom events. Trust me, I was getting stuff wrong the whole entire time. Even in my panel, I was saying the genre's wrong. It's like the Japanese names don't translate to English in my head. It's like I just watch stuff, but talking about it was part of it. And I was more excited about the improv games and getting people involved than actually talking about it. But I know names. This is why we have the internet. You just look it up. Fandom events. So finding out that fandom events came up with this idea to have this, because I don't know about y'all, but I've heard of fandom events for many, many years. Did not realize the people that actually work there were into this kind of thing. So that was kind of interesting for me to talk to them and have those conversations. And the stuff that they have planned, which I will talk about towards the end of this episode, I would like to do more. And like I said, Ecchi Expo itself, there's Denver, Dallas, and San Antonio versions of this throughout the year. So I would love to be able to go out there and experience those cities and do more performances at the actual expo themselves, and definitely talk more about ecchi anime and just anime in general, which would be great, would be amazing. Oh, goodness. I want more stuff. More stuff. So yeah, and then the organizer, I believe I said he was in the lifestyle. He actually talked to me about his submissive missing out on the experience, and I was like, oh my goodness, that is pretty cool. You are the head person of this whole convention circuit at fandom, and you are part of the lifestyle. That's pretty cool. It was interesting to see too at the pre-party all the people that were like anime nerds like myself and getting into the kink stuff for the first time and coming to a public play space like that. And it was like, oh, okay, maybe we should do like a one-on-one type thing. And then when you come here, and then it's like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. And then yeah, some of the reactions for the demos, especially like the quote-unquote heavier stuff, that's so common to us that have been in the lifestyle. Like impact is just, it's just impact, all right. But then you see and hear the noises of it, and then people's reactions is like, oh, okay. You got to start somewhere. And like, if you don't know anything about like Japanese anime in general, even the regular stuff, there's some kink in there. Somebody's getting tied up at some point. I mean, shibari is a Japanese word which started in Japan, so it makes sense that their media would have those elements in there. So it's not very shocking to me when I see a harness on a character in an anime, and it's like, oh yeah, he got tied up and hogtied, and it's like, okay, it's like that came out of nowhere. But it is, so you got to realize, like, oh, it's anime. That makes sense that somebody got hogtied. But it was like a joke, and it's not necessarily like an 18+ anime, and there's nothing sexual about it. It's just a joke in that sense. And it's like, oh, okay. Oh, God, it's so funny. And then also being around my other anime ecchi compatriots, and then some people just being comfortable with all their jiggly bits hanging out. And it's like, ooh, that's interesting. I definitely saw more taped up body parts than what I'm used to at an anime convention. So that part was like, come to realization. It's like, oh, okay, yes, this is, yeah. So next time, I'm definitely going to change up my cosplays and be more free with myself. I did get to wear my Demon Slayer skirt that I got from MegaCon a couple years ago. I got to wear that on the last day of convention. That was very freeing. Oh, just to walk around in a skirt. It's so freeing, especially down here in Florida. It's so fucking hot. It was hot. I'm telling y'all, it was hot. Even at 8 o'clock at night, walking to and from my car, it was fucking hot. Ridiculous. 11 o'clock at night, it was still hot. Oh, God. Yeah, so welcome to the Around the Kinky Campfire podcast advice line. Got a burning question about kink, BDSM, relationships, and or navigating the wild world of alternative lifestyles? You've come to the right place. Whether you're looking for guidance, reassurance, or just a nudge in the right direction, we're here to help. Judgment-free and with a dash of kinky wisdom. Send in your questions and let's talk it out by the fire. No topic is too taboo, no curiosity too small. We're all making mistakes, growing and exploring together. Submit your questions anonymously at Around the Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, at yahoo.com, or slide into our DMs at Twitter, Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, YouTube, Around the Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, or Instagram, Campfire Kinksters, campfire with a K. Let's keep the fire going. Other than sweltering heat after you get out of the air conditioner of your car and get into the air conditioning of the convention space, everything else was great. Because, yeah, as soon as you walk past that blacked out curtain, you get in there, you fill in your elements. And, I just hope it grows more and more over the years. I really hope this is one of the biggest conventions we have in Orlando at some point. Just bring all the adult conventions here. And I can wear all my more scandalous cosplays and stuff like that. If you don't know anything, you know Julius likes a good dress up. And I was All Might at one point. And I had the whole suit on. And I was like, oh, yeah. Because I don't really feel comfortable wearing that. Or like a MegaCon or something like that. It's just a little much in the, the junk region, the junk area, the genitals area, showing a little much. But for there, it was perfect. Because I saw a lot of razor burn. That was just, okay, yeah. I definitely didn't have my shave on, right? Which is another thing I would have done. But like I said, preparing for the show, so I wasn't really thinking about it. But it was really great to see everybody interacting. And it was a good, diverse crowd, which was great. Saw some gender-bending cosplays as well. If you guys don't know what that means male and female gender people dressing up as the opposite of what they usually present, or like the anime character is like male or female, and then somebody from the other gender is dressing up that. I saw a really nice slave Leia cosplay from someone that presents as a male, dressing up with it and in very good shape. So I applaud that person. I'm very jealous of that person because I was like, damn, I could have done that. And appeared to be a professional cosplayer. So jealous of that as well. Just going around, get dressed up the whole time and doing photos and meet and greets and everything. So jealous. Would love to do that at some point. If somebody wants to pay me to dress up, listen, I don't care how you present. You want to pay me to dress up? 100%. Let me know. Yahoo, Instagram. I will do it and send you pictures. Okay, so moving on from my fantasies, we're going into the meat and potatoes of the whole entire weekend. Performing improv in front of an adult crowd. That was very interesting. Don't really get to do it as, I'm taking like classes and everything. They're more family friendly and all that. So it was great to finally be able to do like dick and ball jokes. Anal plug was one of the very first suggestions that we had. So it was like great because everybody knew what an anal plug was. Didn't necessarily know who like Big Mom from One Piece was, which is another suggestion we got. But we knew what anal plug was and we knew what fisting was. So we got to use that kind of stuff for our scenes, which was great. And we were on the main stage, which was another thing that was great. And then I got to do that for the panels I was teaching, which was great because the relationship anarchy panel isn't necessarily improv comedy, but it is more dramatic improv, which is something I would like to get into. I believe I mentioned before, The Body Keeps the Score, and towards the end of that book, the author talks about group improv or group therapy improv, which is something I would like to be a part of. Not a licensed professional, so I can't do the therapeutic part, but we can practice habits, practice building habits, practice good communication habits, and we can work on those through the power of improv. So speak your voice and yes and building on previous things in relationships, not going by assumptions, leading with your emotion, all those different things, all those artsy different things that people like to talk about. We get to do an improv, and I can give that out to the relationship anarchy people, to the non-monogamy, all the people trying to get into like BSM, change the different lifestyles. So good, and being able to do that. So I got a good crowd, good presentation on that panel and the anime genre panel. So I'm looking forward to that. And of course, I got a million other ideas that we can do. And our show was short form improv. If you guys don't know what that is little 5-minute improv scenes or games that you play. And there's multiple ones of those in a show when you have short form shows. But there's another form called long form that I would love to do for a future convention or expo, and is like anime themed. Just got to figure out a way to do that for like a regular comedy crowd as well, which would be great. But definitely have plenty of ideas for different panels and different show types, which I will definitely get into at some point. The ideas are brewing. I was brewing ideas in the middle of the show, which is like, okay, I need to be more present, but there's so much more. Taking so much notes. I'm telling y'all right now, do not get stuck in overthinking. Just do it and then figure it out later. Just be fine with making mistakes. People, it is okay if you make a mistake. I want everybody to know this from all the different things. It is okay to make a mistake. Go out and try it. Try your best at the time. But if you make a mistake, that's fine as well. Just afterwards, make a note of it. Do a little bit more research, and then you can build from there. So it's great. Teaching the panels was interesting because I got to actually talk a little bit more than during the actual show. So I got to talk to my fellow anime ecchi nerds and learn what they were into. And I'll tell you what, I almost literally have watched anime, an episode at least of anime every day for the last 20, 30, I don't even know how old I am now. 20, let's say like 25 years. And I still have not like even graced the top. I haven't even gotten to the probably 20% of the possible anime out there. I heard so many different names of anime, and I was like, okay. Now I can't hear very well if somebody has a lower voice, so some of it is getting lost in that kind of translation. But I was even when I could make out what they were saying, I still was hearing a lot of different anime that I'd never heard before. Not all necessarily like adult ecchi type stuff. So there's some regular stuff that I heard about, and I was like, what the fuck? Okay. And yeah, that was a thing as well. It was like, oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, so learning about all those different things, and there's some people that, of course, every kind of little thing that you do, there's going to be people that know about it more than you do. And this is definitely what happens. So it's interesting to talk to people that knew more about anime than I do. Usually I'm the one teaching people, as I do with my troop members, which is something I like to do, and all the different things. But yeah, it was fascinating to come across people that knew more than I do and talk to those people. Okay, so I alluded to it earlier on in this episode, but future plans. So yeah, want to travel on to all the Ecchi Expos. They, as in fandom, are planning and to do an Alt-Life adult. Let's see, Denver, Colorado, adult alternative lifestyle expo. So adults only. So they're going more into the alternative lifestyles. I know Kink BDSM is going to be one of them after talking to the event organizer of Ecchi Expo. And hopefully we will do more like monogamous stuff as well. Let's see. So hopefully I'll remember to put the website in the description as well. But it is altlifeexpo.com. Who we are. Alt-Life Expo exists to promote safe, educational, and community-driven spaces for individuals and couples exploring alternative lifestyles. Whether you're just starting your journey or deepening your dynamic, love it, said dynamic in the actual mission statement. Our mission is to provide a welcoming environment where you can learn about yourself, the culture, and others who can walk a similar path. Oh, so good. Get your pre-sale tickets now. Yes, so... Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is, I want to say their first time throwing this one, but it's in coordination. So fandom is doing this as well, along with the Ecchi Expos around the country. And this one is in Colorado in the middle of January, which I'm pretty sure is during the Podfest Expo or convention as well. So, oh my God, I have to make decisions. Do you ever have that feeling where you just want to do everything and it just doesn't work out that way? Doggone it. So I might miss 2026 and have to try for 2027, but I would like to add that to my list as well. I will say that this versus Podfest, I'm going to have to make a decision and say this is more interesting. But I am talking to the organizers of Podfest, and they are trying to do another alternative convention as well in Louisiana. So there is all kinds of stuff to do. Adult entertainment, party rooms, cocktail lounge, alternative lifestyle speakers, alt-life merch, and art and exhibit hall. Oh my God. And then I was also talking to one of the organizers from fandom, and they are trying to do like a smut type deal. I don't know if it's a full-on convention or they just want authors to teach, but they're trying to do something else. So there's so many plans in mind. I never would have thought when I first heard about fandom that I would be talking to some of the organizers, and they're doing alternative lifestyle events, which is fucking crazy to me. I was not expecting that whatsoever. So this is fucking great. I love it. I love it. I love it. Burlesque and drag shows. So Alt-Life Expo, they're going fully into it. So I was surprised back then when I first heard of fandom, but now that I'm having talked to the people, it's like, okay, this makes perfect sense. Hopefully we can do something with this. So I'm hoping to get our public play space involved as well, because this is something that 100% would be interesting. Just need a plane ticket and somewhere to stay. And I am 100% in there in January. What if not? You'll be hearing me talk about Podfest Expo or Podfest Convention. I don't know what the difference between an expo and a convention is. But anyways, I have those people contact information now, so I'll be bugging them. I apologize now if any of them listen to this podcast. I apologize. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to be bugging you because this is all amazing to me. And I want to know what else other conventions you have in mind and expos you have in mind, and want to get that started because I want to be a part of all of it. So Denver gets Ecchi and they get Alt-Life. That's so not fair. Bring it back to Central Florida. Bring something here. Hopefully they talk to the PlaySpace owners and hopefully have something going because it was hosted by them. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, this has been Around the Kinky Campfire, Season 4 with Julius Marquis, officially H. Julius Marquis. And I hope you'll be listening on every Thursday at around noon Eastern when new episodes come out. Please follow on all the social medias that are put out on the intro and outro of this episode. Until next time, hello. That's a wrap for this episode of the Around the Kinky Campfire podcast. We love having you by the fire, and we'd love to hear from you. Got a kinky question, a steamy story, or a topic you want us to cover? Slide into our DMs and send us a message at Around the Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, at yahoo.com. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you're listening. Your support helps keep the flames burning and the conversations flowing. Follow us on Twitter, Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, YouTube, Around the Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, or Instagram, Campfire Kinksters, campfire with a K. To stay in the loop, join the community, and keep the kink alive between episodes on Thursdays. Until next time, stay safe, stay sexy, and keep that fire burning.